Picture a land devoid of all substance, sodium at high levels, emotions rising. You have now entered the feeding zone. Oh yeah, yes, it's a vile, cruel land out here. This was not intentional feeding. I promise you, we just make do with what we have. Anyone can play from ahead, and I know all of you define yourselves by it. Oh, Frost, you don't know what you're talking about. I go 21-0, building nothing but stacking items in hide of the urchin. Which in itself is another stacking items. Yes, but you seem to have left out the part where you're in the kind of games that enemies just spin in circles or die to jungle camps. So your plan revolves around people being worse than you. You'll never get better. Number 1, I need you cold, I need you calm, I need you collected. Maybe you died 7 times in the early game. Beating yourself up about it is not going to change that to 6 or 5 or 4. If anything, it might make it 8. If you're being harassed, just mute people. I have enough voices in my head. I don't need yours too. But what if it's something important? Trust me, if they don't understand the importance of not tilting teammates, they don't understand how they're going to win the game. Focus on not dying anymore. Focus on getting your farm. Duo laners, you're going to have to split up. ADC, stay in the duo lane, farm up, grab your buff whenever you can. Try to get your back camps and try to not die. Don't make it any worse. Support, leave the ADC alone. I don't care if they're kicking and screaming. I don't care if they're threatening you. Leave them. They get soloed, that's their fault. For the support players, buddy system, find the mid laner, find the jungler, stay by them. Don't try to set up kills. If you end up in a 2v2 scenario, you're both going to end up dying because you bring down that fight. Stay alive. You don't die for your team anymore. And if they die, it's not your fault, and you take that wave. You take all the farm that you can get. Oh no, you died, and if I had used my shell, you would have lived. Guess I gotta take this entire wave by myself. Can't let good XP and gold go to waste. You don't have to plot your own teammates' demise. Brother, help me. Long live the king. But if they die, it's rightfully yours. If you're just slightly behind and it's about 14 minutes, try not to lose any of the global objectives. That's Gold Fury, that's Fire Giant, that's Pyromancer. And try not to go even with trades. And when I say trading, I mean like if your hunter dies but their jungler died, you know? You're already behind, you'll be even further behind. However, if you're about 14 to 16 minutes into the game and somebody has a substantial lead, I'm talking about 5 levels, that right there is your target. Screw the back camps, screw the farm, group up, and dive that player. The revenge gold that you're gonna get is worth more than you're gonna get from any other kind of farm. Say your game crashes at the start of the match. Come on, we know it happens. It's okay to love the game. It's okay to know it crashes. Everyone's level 5 except you, the person who chose to play on the communal microwave. You're down about 1500 experience. Those early levels require way less experience than the higher levels. If you were to not fall any further behind, 1500 experience difference in the late game is only about 2 levels. And late game, as much as you may have grown to hate them in this short amount of time, your teammates and you are going to have to trust each other. It's dramatic, it sounds like a bad plot in a movie, so I guess we're some kind of Suicide Squad. There's still like a 95% chance that you lose, but there's a 100% chance that you lose if you don't trust each other. You gotta get those emotions out of there. There's a certain individual who I really dislike that you all know by now, but if they get in my matches, I still play with them as if they were anybody else, and then after the match, I continue to dislike them. And if I can do that, you can do that. I'm Mexican, man. We don't let that stuff slide, carnal, not around here. For the ADC, don't rotate for about 14 minutes or so. Call missing all the time. Play some wards out, kind of defensively. Don't try to get anything spectacular. Always expect a gank. You're very easy to kill. They're always going to dive you. It's mostly just lack of self-awareness that gets people killed. You don't really feel like you're behind until you're too far behind for it to actually matter. Playing on the back foot is like playing normally. You're just more cautious with yourself. So why wait until you're behind to be that cautious? We skipped over 10K entirely. Thank you for the 11K. Get out there and stop feeding in my games.